Okay. All right. Listen, good afternoon and welcome, you beautiful human beings. Now, guys, there's a few changes to the studio. There's a mic system we have never tested before. So if it's too loud or it's peaking, just please let me know. We're trying this for the first time. So super great to be back with you guys. I have missed being live with every single one of you. This afternoon, we have a pretty important subject to discuss, and that is the future and the restructuring of DVDM markets, right? Now, I sent an important notice out to you guys early last week, really speaking about, where our head's at, our growth, these types of things. Now, a lot of people, may question, why do I share this with our community? Why do I share this with clients? Why do I speak about these things so openly? Why don't I just go ahead and make changes as I wish and feel and say, hey, here's a new product, here's a new service, deal with it, right? And it really leads to the greater sort of thinking and thought process I've had between myself and Marsha and some of our team members over, what is DVDM markets? What do we set to, what is our goal? What are we trying to achieve? It's become very apparent that we've led this business from a passion perspective for quite some time, right? In the sense that the goal has always been to bring the power of trading to as many people as we physically can, and to make it more accessible for as many people as we can. And that's been, from the bottom of our hearts, our belief and our purpose of, why we've been given this talent, why we've been given this platform, is to help as many people as we can. Along the process, we failed to really understand or come to that conclusion that this is far bigger than just a passion product, right? Our signal services have been absolutely off the charts. We've received tremendous growth. We currently have well over 20 million committed to copy trade as of last week. I haven't checked this week. And the reality is we have so many more people depending on the product and the service that we provide that we need to separate and try and distinguish between passion and business, right? Again, understanding that the business has to survive, to look after as many people as we physically can, and the importance of that means we need to make certain changes. Now, I communicated that, hey, we're going through this growth. There's a lot of things I wanted to implement that I've known I had to implement for quite some time, but we've kind of really just been, building as we go, right? And this has necessitated this particular T-junction in our past, which will, part of our future, but it's something that's already happened. And for you as the end client, it just means that everything we've currently been doing is just going to get a whole lot better. But I felt it extremely necessary to take you through this journey with us, right? As with trading, it's a very difficult journey, right? If you're learning to trade by yourself, it's going to be one of the highest highs and the lowest lows you can experience as a person, in my personal opinion, right? Outside of tragedy, death, etc. It's going to force you to be challenged and tested in so many different ways. And I feel that, DVDM markets, even though trading remains my core passion, building this business with every single one of you as our clients and our communities. And, we've trained tens of thousands of people throughout the years. And unfortunately, not all of them are with us right now because we've had stages of growth. We've had to leave people behind. We've had to move forward into new spaces. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that we've received massive growth. And the reality is we've got to look at what things are pure passion and what does the community really want. So we've had this, Marsha and I have had this debate over the last countless of times. Over 3-4 months, we've been speaking about this, and really came to a headwind in the last 2 weeks. We've asked ourselves, what do you as the community want most, right? Not what do we want for you the most. We want to see you prosper. We want to see you learn. We want to see you educated. We want to see you just raising up to the next level. That's what we want to see. What do you want to see? And we've reached out to a couple of you, some of our longest standing clients, people who've traded with us for years. We've got clients that have been with us for 6-7 years. We've reached out and we've asked this question. We've also reached out to brand new people who've never traded before. We've asked the same question. And it's a resounding and extremely clear answer that we receive, that people want to learn. They want live shows, yes, but they first want to get signals that are profitable. They would like access to copy trade. So signals and copy trade are, without a shadow of a doubt, the top reason people come to DVDM markets and the top reason people want to start this trading journey. And what we found is that once people have seen signals that are profitable, that are easy enough to execute, that are clear and transparent, there's a lot of dodgy things that go on out there in the industry. But once people are able to receive that and experience that, and a copy trade that is worth the salt and the money that you put into it, we then found that people become then a lot more interested in the education, into the live shows. And that is, where we separate the passion side. So the education is purely passion for us. We believe that education should be accessed by as many people as physically possible for as low as physically possible, as well as the live shows. For me, I love doing live shows. I love being live. I love trading with clients. I love answering questions. I love, on the spot dealing with issues and teaching and helping and answering questions. But that's a passion thing, and it takes away from the business side. So what am I saying? Moving forward, what we're going to be doing is we are still going to have our free community. We're still going to be giving as much as we can to the free community. However, we are going to be limiting live shows in the free community to once a week, meaning in the free community, there'll be once a week, we'll have a live broadcast over everything that needs to happen that week. That'll take place already on a Sunday evening. You can watch that on a Monday, Tuesday, whatever is doable for you. You can watch it any time you want. There'll be bookmarks in that for particular subjects that we go through, so you can skip to the subject that most interests you. If you like indices or whatever the case, you can skip through to that. That'll be once a week. That'll be available to the whole world. That's absolutely free. My focus and where we're going to be putting most of our time is into Premium Plus, right? The community has grown to the point where I need to acknowledge that for those of you who've made the commitment to join Premium Plus, which again, in its old state was absolutely, from a value perspective, there's nothing else like it. And let me just speak about this for a second, guys, because we've had a discussion time and time again where clients, we're partners to DVDM markets, and I'll speak about our partners as well, have constantly said, guys, your price is too low. You need to raise your pricing. And we've been hesitant against that. We've pushed back against that. That's not to say it will never happen, but we look at our competitors offering signals, just pure profitable signals. Our closest competitors are sitting at £100 or 120 US dollars, right? That's just on signals. That's not speaking about education. That's not speaking about live shows. That's not speaking about copy trade. That's not speaking about a community area. That's not speaking about mentorship or support. That's just the signal side. Now, I still believe we want to dominate this space, and it's not necessarily about the money side, but we have enough Premium Plus subscribers that we need to give that total attention. So my focus is going to be daily on Premium Plus, doing a live show where I trade in the markets, right? And that's going to take place at 12 o'clock every single day if you're part of Premium Plus. Now, I can appreciate not everybody can attend live shows, and that is why our absolute focus is going to be on the signal side and the copy trade. Now, with that being said, we're going to be shifting the way we do things, right? You'll find that most mornings are fairly quiet from an international markets perspective. We have London kicking in, we have the Asian market fizzling out, 8, 9, 10. We get a bit of volume there, but generally trading really starts to ramp up from about midday. And then we have a bunch of opportunities that run all the way into 8, 9, 10 p.m. in the evening. And what I've gone ahead and done is I've looked at the school community platform, which again is just absolutely amazing. If you're not part of it yet, you're watching this for the first time, go ahead and jump in and be a part of that. But we've looked at the times that people trade, and it's become quite apparent that from an activity perspective, people are most active or have the most available free time after business hours. And that is why, as of tomorrow, we've shifted all of our staff, all of our current energy, that we're going to be starting and ramping things up every day from 12, which is midday, and we're going to be going right until 8 or 9 p.m. in the evening every single day, right? Meaning that from a signal perspective, the signals will start to be generated at midday, 12 o'clock, and that'll happen all the way into the evening. We see the most profitable moves, we see the most volatile moves happen after New York Stock Exchange. Once the US markets properly open, there's news that circulates. 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m. we see some of the best moves available. But again, traditionally, we've traded mornings, we hit the US session, NYSE opens, and we say goodbye, right? We want to shift that. We want to make it more accessible to every single one of you. And so that's why the live show, Dollars for Lunch, will be a Premium Plus feature daily, Monday to Thursday, not Friday. And that'll be at 12 o'clock if you're a Premium Plus member. And we will then trade from midday all the way to 8 or 9 p.m. In addition to that, we've also implemented some support role services. So if you have issues with your TDM account, with your DVDM market subscription, with access to Telegram or Signals, whatever the case may be, there's direct contact you can message and you'll receive a response. And there's some SLAs tied into that over how quickly you'll receive a response. That's something that's new that's coming in. Now, all of these changes will be communicated. We're creating a new product sheet over what is DVDM free and what is premium plus. And free, we're going to continue to deliver 500 pips a week of profit into the free area. Once the 500 pips have been delivered, the trades then only go into premium plus. It must also be noted that in the free area, we are not trading indices, right? We do not provide indice trades because, again, this requires someone to at least have studied, gone through risk management, gone through the parts of the academy that is only available into premium plus, right? There's parts of the academy in free, but you unlock majority of that once you go into premium plus. So we'll hit 500 pips a week, those trades will be cut, and then the rest of the trades will go into premium plus. Now, free, we're going to be spending less time in that environment. It's going to be less busy on the school platform. We're also going to be consolidating a lot of the things. So instead of seeing individual trades that just get lost into everybody's comments, we're going to be having separate tabs, meaning we're going to be having drippy pip signals indices, drippy pip signals Forex, drippy pip signals commodities, right? And it'll be an individual post, much like the welcome post that you guys see when you join the school community. When the very first post that you see, and I'll share that on my screen right now, this post right here, it's one post and everybody just jumps in and welcomes, says, hey, how you doing, etc. Now, this will mean that individual posts will be posted here, right? So if we are buying GBP USD, it'll be here under the Forex tab, and every new trade opportunity subsequently after that will be there. The nice thing is you can then choose what you want to subscribe to and what you want to follow, right? So if you're a Forex trader, you just trade Forex or FX pairs, then you can just go onto the watching and you can watch that FX pair chart or FX pair, let's call it topic, right? And you only get notified there. If you're an indices trader, same thing. Commodities, gold, etc., same thing, right? So we're going to be cleaning up and making it just a little bit less busy, easier to navigate, easier to pretty much work with, right? In the free area, a majority of my time is going to be spent into the premium plus area. Now, in terms of the big change, you're saying, well, Dane, this is great. I mean, you're moving times around, all these other things. What's the big hoo-ha? What's this all about, right? So the reality is we've moved into a space, and as I mentioned a little bit earlier, we have roughly about 20 million already committed into copy trade, which is not small change. This is starting to become serious funds now. And our signals and copy trades have been linked by a manual procedure, right? And just to give you an idea of the scale of how difficult the task is to mimic, is that we would have these positions we were monitoring. It would hit a certain level, which will alert us to now generate the trade, take a screenshot of the market opportunity, send that into the different locations, post it, make sure it's correct, make sure the math is correct, take the trade on the master account. There's 50, 60 things that can go wrong in that process, and it's all manual, right? So it just requires one slip up and then we see negative results. Now, due to the scale of this, I've deployed technology over the last 2 weeks to automate a lot of the processes, to do the math, to do the checking, to do the balances, to make sure that the risk that we're seeing, it ties up into what we want to achieve from a copy trade perspective as well as from a signal perspective. So we still have some manual processes that will be fine-tuned over the next 2 weeks, but the biggest change that we've made, right, the biggest change we've implemented is a massive focus on copy trade. Now, we saw great results for copy trade at the start of February. We started to see a little bit of a wobble here and there with markets being a little bit difficult. In the middle of February, our signals were absolutely fire. We saw a little bit of difficulty in replicating that on copy trade. We've now developed a whole new risk profile. Now, if you're a Premium Plus client, we'll have a separate manual. This will be a manual step-by-step of how to link and have the correct risk profile. We're dialing down the risk, right? And this is intentional. This is purposeful. We want to aim to achieve 5% a week, right? That is, we're not looking to do astronomical figures. In the past, we were achieving double-digit days, single days of double-digit growth. We're now looking at 5% a week, 20% a month, month on month. This compounds to be a insane result on low risk settings. So there'll be a whole new risk profile for the copy trade. There'll be individualized reports that we can then send out to you on the positions, on what's busy happening, as well as a daily summary of what has taken place, that you can look at your account, you can look at the copy trade account, and if these two, if 1 + 1 = 2, you know you're okay. So that's just going to be a little bit about that. The trades are going to increase quite a bit. So in the past, you guys have seen 1 or 2 trades going through, and the difficulty is due to risk management, right? Now we're catering accounts from $100 all the way up to $100,000 and more, right? The difficulty is making that smallest account fit into our risk profile. And for this reason, we are no longer going to be able to cater specifically for $100 accounts, right? We will allow $100 accounts to link up, but we generally do not advise copying with anything less of $400, right? $400 is going to be that minimum amount where we have safe risk parameters that we believe will be long-term sustainable. And that's the goal of the game, guys. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. People see us driving fancy cars, doing crazy things. This is something we've built over time. This didn't happen yesterday. So $100 accounts can follow, but you're following then at your complete own risk. Some trades will not open. The account parameters will be maxed out. You won't receive 3 positions of a particular trade. So there's going to be new risk parameters. You're part of Premium Plus. This will be sent out as early as tomorrow morning, first thing, that you can then relink, copy, set your risk parameters, sit back and enjoy. Now, the reason we have copy trade as well as the signal side is that we want copy trade to sit there and do the work. You can go and log into your copy trade, look at it, see what's happening, go great. If you're ever confused by a signal, go and have a look at it. It's placed there and it's placed there, right? So you can utilize both. Copy trade will be done at low risk settings where your own trades can be your own risk appetite. You can choose what you want to do there. We also obviously, this is not financial advice any way, shape or means, but again, we do advise that you follow a safe risk protocol, even on the signal side. We can have good days, bad days. You want to make sure on those bad days that you're losing less than what you make on a good day. Right? That is the most important part. Now, these systems have been automated, right? My personal key focus from the business perspective is on copy trade. We know that focus secondarily is sitting in signals. And then as a passion or, third side of the focus is on the live shows and the education, which we will always strive our best to do because that's where the passion sits at the end of the day. But the focus is sitting on copy trade and the focus is sitting on the signal side. Now, the signals you've seen in the past have been absolute fire. I'm pleased to announce you're going to be seeing even more accuracy, even more sniper entries, even better trades. Right now, we're going to be focusing. We've adapted over the last week to really go back and look at what opportunities can we pull out that we can extract from these US sessions. And guys, I'm pleased to announce that we've been leaving 50-60% of the profitability on the table by ignoring the US session. And this is for a couple reasons, right? Just to give you guys an idea of what type of effort we put in, right? From a pounds for breakfast perspective, you guys see pounds for breakfast at 7 a.m., right? I'm already up at 4, sometimes 4:30, getting ready, preparing, looking at the markets, preparing what's happening there, just to deliver in 15 minutes something that you may or may not use, right? By redirecting that time and effort into the markets, we are able to increase all kinds of efficiencies from a signal perspective, copy perspective, from a support perspective. And I believe that's a valuable trade. And I know there's many of you who've benefited from pounds for breakfast. I acknowledge that, but I promise you the trade-off will be far more advantageous in redirecting that energy into the US session, later sessions, 5, 6, 7. We see some crazy, crazy moves. Now, this is part of the evolution of what we are going through as a business, right? And again, this might be the first time that I see DVDM markets as not a passion project, but actually as a business, right? Prior to this has always been a passion for me, right? When people ask, what do I do? We have other businesses, we do other things. This has always been seen to me as something of ours to give back, to, push into the community, to help people understand that this is a real space and to really get rid of all the scammers, all the dodgy characters that operate in the space that are selling these crazy expensive courses, that signals that do nothing, just rubbish, right? It's always been about fighting that. And I think we've reached the point right now where we are far beyond that, right? People who've experienced other things and come to us know exactly what we're talking about. If you're brand new to this, let me just say you're home. You're in the right place. You're in the perfect place. Now, that being said, we're on a very heavy drive to expand what it is we're doing to as many people as possible. And this is where you guys will start to see that we've introduced a partners program. This is something that I'm heading up, that Marsha is also very passionate about and is also going to be controlling from a very big perspective. This is where you're going to start to see individuals that come in, that believe what we believe, have the vision that we believe in, and are just going out there and helping to spread the word of what we do and make this more accessible to many people who otherwise would have never heard of this, right? And we have some amazing leaders that are coming into this space. You'll see me introducing them a little bit more often. Now, again, they're not employees of DVDM Markets, they're not employees of TDM. These are people that have come and seen what we've done, seen what's done for their lives, but what also the potential it has for other people, and have partnered with us to bring this to as many people as humanly possible. So when I speak about a partner to DVDM Markets, these are the individuals I'm speaking about, and just individuals that I'm super proud of what they've achieved personally, and super excited to see what they could do in their communities and as pillars of their families and their communities in terms of what we do as a whole. So this will be made available to many more people. Again, we will have a separate page on this explaining what that's about and how to link up with them, right? You might want to link up with Vaynant or Anthony or Megan and say, hey, you've become a partner, you've done these things, I'm interested. How do I do this? And this will be people that you resonate with. This will be people that you see a likeness in, or that you feel comfortable to approach. You can work directly with them, or you can reach out to us and we can help you on that journey. So there's a bunch of things happening. The restructuring has really been more than just staff. We've let quite a few people go. We're doing some new hirings, but it's really been about technology. It's really been about embracing the core features, not what we believe makes this a great product and service, but what we honestly believe from your perspective is the best value offering. And this is where we currently sit. Now, I was excited about our signal service and our copy trades and everything we've currently done up to this point, but I am beyond myself excited to see what it is we're going to achieve with some of these new systems, right? We're working very, very closely with TDM, and just a massive shout out to them as a business. I've spent some time with Amar, I've spent some time with Henk, really just going through what is the product and what is the experience like for the end clients. And they're busy as we're speaking, redesigning things to make it better for you as a client, right? To make the process simpler. Simple things that just go a very long way in that client journey and that client process. Now, our support feature as DVDM will also tie into theirs. So if you have a problem with your TDM account, you can message us on our support account, on School, on Telegram, any of the communication ways that we provide, and that person will help you get sorted out, right? So you don't have to wait, you don't have to wonder, you have a dedicated person to help you. And really this restructuring just means that we are taking things out of the second gear, moving into the third, and moving very, very strongly into 2024. And a lot of these things we've been aware of for quite some time that we need to do, we need to implement, we need to reinvest very heavily. But I honestly thought, guys, this would happen May or June. This would become the time that we really seriously need to start looking at these things. And from time to time, there will be a pause. Again, the idea was to do this in the background. But again, the risk to what it is that we do, and we take what we do very, very seriously. And again, remember, we are not financial advisors, right? Everything we do here is for education, entertainment purposes only, but we still take it very, very seriously. We take and understand fully a lot of the things that we say, right? You guys will go ahead and go and look at and research and look into it for yourself, but it has direct impact on people's lives. And that's the reason why we took the decision to take the pause, make the fixes, announce that to you guys, and then implement. So that means that today the final fixes will be put in place. Some of our staff are only finding out about this now for the first time. Obviously, we've let some people go, which is unfortunate, but there's also going to be new people that are joining us, which is obviously great for our future. But the final fixes will be put into place right now. If you're a copy trade client and you're itching to print that money with us, please don't worry. By tomorrow morning, there'll be a user manual. It takes 5 minutes, 3 minutes to reconnect your account. It'll be an existing account, existing copy, existing everything, but just to configure your risk profile to be something a little bit more appropriate for long-term growth, which is exactly where we want to be. For the rest of it, the signals are going to start pumping. They're going to start flying. We're going to have our first dollars for lunch tomorrow afternoon. The other benefits I must just also mention, and we can speak for hours about what are all the reasons we've done, for why we've done what we've done, and what are all the reasons that this is going to impact the future of trading moving forward. But another reason why I'm super keen to have dollars for lunch at midday, it's so close, so much closer to the US session or what is happening in the world, that we will have opportunities to discuss live positions. For Premium Plus members, it gives me an opportunity to train on specific features or things that you guys may question. You're allowed to put that in the comments and say, hey, I need some help here. And that's really what I enjoy. When someone says, hey, why are we doing this? And please, guys, remember, there's no silly question, right? Some of my best clients, some of my best friends, some of my best traders are people who've been with us for years and still question things, still say, hey, what does that mean? Why are we doing it this way? What about that? What do you think? And that is the best way to grow. So please, your questions are always welcome. Your comments, your feedback. If you have a suggestion on how things could be better delivered to you, there's a likelihood that is going to be the same thing for many people. We consider that. But the afternoon trading sessions, I'm excited for, because that is for Premium Plus members. And I know you guys will benefit from that. You may choose not to watch that, or you may not have time to do that. And that's great. The signals will cover you. Copy trade will cover you. And that's where our future really sits, until we take over Africa as well as the rest of the world. So it's going to be a process, and that's why we've launched the partner program. Again, you'll hear a lot more about that in the coming week. I think Marsha, over this next week, will have that up and running for you guys to find out what does it take to be a partner, what is it about, what is in it for you, and what does that do for our community. But outside of that, guys, it has been, something we thought would take a lot more time. We have pushed some of the best technology into the space, some checks and balances, and really just taking this thing to a whole new level. The testing data that we've got over the last week, I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to think, what you guys are going to see, what you guys are going to feel, because after this, the sky's the limit, right? What we're going to be able to achieve or rival, I dare to say it, even banks, right? I'm dead serious when I say the product that we are bringing out and bringing to you in this particular space, the service we're bringing to you. I was having a discussion with Vaynant, who's my cousin. I'm extremely proud of you if you're watching this. But I was having a discussion with him saying, the product that we are bringing to the space, for those who know what we're doing and a little bit of the background and the technology and things we're putting together, this becomes one of the most attractive legitimate financial products in Africa, if not the world, right now. Right. And I say that with all seriousness. So for you guys to be a part of it, for $30 a month, it's just an absolute no-brainer. So we appreciate you. If you're not part of Premium Plus, get it done. I know I said don't want to lift the pricing. That's not a guarantee. We may reach a point in time where we may need to limit the amount of people we come in. But for now, we want to create an impact. We want to create change. We want to create an absolute disruption in this space and just flood it with the things that we believe in. And I think you guys all know what that stands for. So without further ado, right, this kicks into full effect from tomorrow morning. We've got the final bits of training, final bit of discussions, final bit of deployment that's happening this afternoon as we speak. And from tomorrow, you're going to be receiving a fire signal. So if you're part of the free community, you're in the best place. You can be outside of Premium Plus. That is where it's at. So really, this is more than anything just a show of commitment to you guys, for every single one of you that have entrusted us, that this is a process and a journey, and we are thrilled to go through this with you guys. Growth for most people is scary. Growth for us just absolutely thrills me, right? I get extremely, for those who know me as a person, and Marsha can attest to this, if things go too normal for too long, I get antsy. Right? I need growth. I need shake up in my life. And to see that in our business, to see that growth where we are right now is just a huge blessing. So to all of you that have followed, to those of you who have been patient, that have provided, feedback and guidance over the last little bit, just long story short, we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. And until I see you guys tomorrow live in our Dollars for Lunch session, I'll see you guys all a little bit later. You know the drill. Be safe, trade safe. And again, if you haven't done so already, share this with somebody who needs to watch it. I promise you, there'll become a time where we're like, wow, do you remember that time we only had 1,000 members in our community area, right? There'll be a point in time where there's hundreds of thousands of people all in this space. And I don't even care about the DVDM Markets brand. It's not about me. It's not about the brand. Marsha knows it's not about us. If we can bring back integrity to this space, if we can bring back legitimacy to this space, that's what we want to do. Making money is easy, guys. It's what do you stand for? What's your legacy? When you pass, what do you leave behind? You just leave your name and what you stood for. That's it. If we can get closer to our vision and our mission there and build a business at the same time, that'll be fantastic. Outside of that, listen, we appreciate you. Before I rant and ramble, we appreciate you guys. Chat a little bit soon. Oh, and please watch Marsha's new video in the classroom area, brokers. I'm so proud of this beautiful woman. I'm actually going to go and find it. I don't know if it's there already. Let's go find it. I want to watch it. Where is it? There we go. You guys have to watch this, right? There's going to be a lot more content that's coming out over the next couple days, over the next couple weeks. It's part of a campaign to really make it so much easier for you guys to not only understand certain subjects, but really, even for those who don't understand, right? Those who are trading with dodgy brokers, non-STP, even A or B book hybrid models, right? Who don't understand what that's about. Marsha's made a really great way of dealing with the subject in a very serious manner and exposing some of the truths about brokers and, why a broker literally can be as important as choosing your life partner, and just really great content. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Love for you to watch it, drop some comments, leave us some feedback. We appreciate you guys as always. But until I see you guys all tomorrow, you guys know the drill. Be safe, trade safe. And until then, goodbye.